May the sun blow sweet. True grit, what up? I'm all the way in. Let there be light, cause Lord, you know they need it. I've been left out in the dark and niggas still eating. I'm all the way in. That's why you can't see me. Thought it was over. Nah, nigga, it ain't that easy. We all the way in. Let there be light, cause Lord, you know they need it. I've been left out in this dark and niggas still eating. I'm all the way in. That's why you can't see me. Thought it was over. Nah, nigga, it ain't that easy. We all the way in.
No cares in the crab, Mrs. Mickey Bags and Max with turns on them in the crab. Shotgun at a spring tree. And my pocket knife stay skinning you rabbits. And there you have it, like magic. I sprang it, caveman habits, I ravaged the buffet. I'm a savage for the mathematics, bad. Like savage for the buffet. I must have it, no ifs, ands, I must have it.
All the way.
Peace, family. First and foremost, all praise and thanks is due to the Most High. Shout out and respect to the ancestors and the elders. Now, I ain't went live on Facebook in a while. You know, they restricted my videos because I be in the scene so much. You know, when you have other people's music playing on your Facebook now, they want to restrict it. And I want to make sure that everything that I'm going to say today is clear. And this is for my own personal reference, because in light of specific events that recently happened, I just wanted to share my own personal thoughts and theories with you to see if you can add clarity or light to the situations. Once again, Rise in Paradise to my man's Prodigy. As you know, I'm from Los Angeles. I say hip hop forever because that's my culture. That's what I was raised in. Those are the individuals that brought me through, brought my mind forth to the actuality of life and living. And these great personalities such as Dr. Zoo York or Malcolm X and all of these wonderful things, these artists such as Nas, and everybody spent a lot of time to subtly introduce and bring forth and to add growth. And through his passing, I feel a lot is going to begin to be revealed, because Michael Jackson, Prince, and those who had the same knowledge and expressed in different forms came up in a different time when the music industry really was locked down. But as you can tell, as Jimmy Iovine expressed, you know, he really was for black men, really made a push to give them that freedom to move. He really made that freedom and gave that room between those other elder people in the industry, Jew or whatever their classification may be, and the darker complected or black people. He gave them that room to express and to drop those subtle cues, to bring your consciousness to the realization of what's really going on. Like systematically, if you think beginning of a time, a man on earth, you wake up, there's just here, you could do what you want. Your only compulsion is to provide for those needs you can identify readily. And that would be your goal. But here you're born and the veins have already been opened and constructed. They feel they constructed this body, and you're pushed into this fast current. And once again, I said Prodigy's going to open this up because he was allowed that subtle expression in order to develop an even deeper sense. Like Michael Jackson, Prince, they were forced to sing types of music where they couldn't express that. And hip hop, that's what's unique about the movement and the culture, is we have a unique eye for knowledge and how we like knowledge and how we express it in cues and metaphorically that's very acute and different from R&B, jazz music, and which allows those doors to be open and that expression to be handled, you know, because if you get taken, it's only because you chose to get taken. You know, they only open the door. You choose to go for the ride and to continue the ridiculousness, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna end this video, start one here in a little bit, just to make sure this information gets disseminated clearly, and all of it just can't get, you know, taken off real quick or get removed real fast, because it's a live thing. And this is something don't nobody, you know, really know about me. You know, my whole life, my eyes been open. I'm always been known as kind of eccentric, and I've been trying to express these truths. But what I lacked was knowledge, understanding different components. But I've collected those components and put them together and making this push now, man, especially through hip hop, because that's who I am and what I do, to extend this message that your creator is one. Creation is one that exists separate from the creator, and the only way the creator exists is through his knowledge, wisdom, and the projections of that here within the creation. So you know what I'm saying? Understand that, hold together, hold your mind frame, and begin to contribute, because you are a unique individual with unique skills, and the universe needs you to participate. Peace, family. So now we ran into the second video, and we're just, you know, what we call releasing veils or opening your eyes to specific information for you to gather, process, and contribute to the collective of free-flowing information, so we can know, so we don't try to suppress or hide things that can assist us. The predominant issue being a lack of communication, open communication, and communication is a lot more than just verbal. Of course you know that. Verbal is a very small percentage. Predominantly 80% of communication is body. So if we're not seeing each other, we're not near each other, and we can't feel the electromagnetic aura of each other, which does have an effect. We do process information like that, just not consciously, because we have not been made conscious of it. And that's how that works. So once again, we working to increase ourselves, our mind frames, the knowledge we have, the information we have, and make sure it's free flowing, and we begin to communicate. And we take it upon ourselves to say, hey, instead of me telling everybody, hey, don't get mad, just when we get upset, trying to be as cool as we can to ensure, you know, we're not running around killing each other. That's the game. They're trying to get all indigenous peoples to just kill each other off so they can have their way with the Play-Doh, with the playground. You see what I'm saying? The ancients set forth truths of nature, nature's laws, medu nature, whatever language it is that you ascertain to. Peace, family. You know, I had to switch devices, man. Switch to a different phone. You know, they kept full signal, but for some reason I couldn't connect, you know, and I really want to connect with the people that view this 1, 100, 1,000, or no one now, but maybe one later. Because this is the time, man. This is the time. This isn't a terroristic, violent war. This is an awakening, okay? This is a destruction of the world by fire, a spiritual fire that will raise from within and enlighten you as to the reality, to communal living and true unity and respect of life and other life forms or other presence of life, or in any way life manifests. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. A lot of fields in which can be specialized in. As you can tell by this setup of our government, which is designed predominantly off the Moorish government, which is designed off an even more ancient, you know, Africa, or we can go into all these etymological, but, you know, original peoples, and the smart thing to do, yeah, you compartmentalize, but you have to rejoin those parts and reestablish that unity. And they want to separate and just harness the energy and potential of people and toss us to the side and leave us in the waste. I want to ask you a question. The next time you go to an impoverished part of town and you see poor people and you say, man, look at these dirty people, man, look how dirty, they just need a bath. I want you to realize something. The people there aren't the ones being dirty. They're the ones left with the filth, because the people that live in the suburban areas come in there and they party and they do whatever they want. They leave all their filth there for the people who are trapped within it. So of course they're filthy, and provide no way for them to shower. Now that's cruelty at a max, you know, to know that there's people suffering, but we're going to be on this club patio partying like crazy, and the club owner doesn't even take some of those proceeds to set up some type of lodging for some homeless people. And it's not that difficult to provide lodging to people without lodging. They'll do their own thing, and they're very resourceful and very good at using tools. They would be able to manage themselves. And this is the type of innovative thinking that we need from our youth throughout the nation. And not even our elderly. I say youth in terms not of physical age, but as in, you know, mental age. If you're just coming into, you have all these fresh ideas, let's try them. Let's hear them. Let's begin to discuss and communicate and debate healthily, and know that, you know, you ain't got to shoot up somebody. Somebody doesn't have to ascribe to exactly what you want, how you adhere to this. All you need to know is that you have choice. No one can take choice from you. But sometimes that choice may have dire consequences. And are you ready to accept them? As I am. As once again, I'm going to restate, you know, it's liberty or death. And I'm done playing this game, this ridiculousness, working for these people who really don't care about you, and this madness. We need to begin to care about ourselves and invest in ourselves. Don't be worried if they pull the funds. Don't be worried if they pull your Medicare. Rely on those doctors and those professionals and your elders, and good flow of information, and provide free services for those people who need those particular services. It's not that hard. You already got everything you need in order to rejuvenate. All you need is good sleep, hydration, and predominantly your immune system can tackle anything it needs to. It functions that great. Anything that you add to it is just accompanying this grand system that you've been given. It just takes time. And sometimes these medicines just bide time until you can recognize that your body got rid of it, you know, because a lot of people are big babies. They don't want to go through the pain or the suffering that comes with, you know, living life or doing specific things or dirty conditions and all this wrapped into one big thing. So at the end of the day, stop saying, oh, God, God, God. And first off, I don't get down, you know, God, you could be a God, 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 whatever. I don't do that term, but, you know, I do accept Allah, the Most High, and things of that nature. Stop blaming, okay? Blame your brother, the man that came before you, that said, I'm not going to leave this water clean for the man to come drink after me. And that's a horrible feat. And, you know, at the end, we all do pay for it, whether we recognize it or not. We don't even have to bring up heaven or hell. We can talk about our own consciousness, how we feel inside, how we end up at the end of our life when you're involved in unhealthy practice and what is healthy and what's not. You know, that's decisions you have to make for you. One standard will not work inclusive. We're consistently growing, changing as the universe has identified. E equals MC squared is untrue. Einstein had, you know, he was who he was, but that's untrue. We're constantly expanding and growing, so we need to constantly innovate, grow, and recheck ourselves and recertify and see what we need to do in order to ensure our maintenance and that our systems are successful and do sustain not only ourselves but everyone within this socioeconomic environment. You know what I mean? All the way down to the particle, to the atom, beyond the atom. I forget what they call it. It's a funny term, but, you know, I wish I could have remembered it. But, you know, once again, this is live and we're just talking. This is regular conversation. These are the type of conversations I have with people on a one-on-one basis, usually in the past. But see, they got a thing called social media now. So like I said before, if you haven't been checking out your boy Native Son, go ahead and check him out. NATVSON-1. The journey is going to continue, and there's only one way it's going to stop, and that's when your boy, you already know, but who knows when that day will be. Until then, we're going to parlay and continue to disseminate this information, try to get everybody lit up, get everybody ready to go so we can stand in solidarity to ensure our total continuance, not destruction of the other. Total. We hold the whole earth and ensure it, even for that man whose idea I do not like. But if it's his right and his choice, then let him have that. If it's not harming me directly, and if it is harming me, is it harming something that's for productive means? Is it just harming another thing I'm using to harm someone? You know that, you know, there's a lot of gray areas, right? It's a lot of gray areas. I'll just leave it at that. Once again, first and foremost, all praise and thanks is due to the Most High. Shout out and respect to the ancestors and the elders. You know, love, loyalty, freedom, peace, you know, all those good terms that you can think. Think them voraciously, with veracity. You understand? Improve your vernacular and be able to communicate with all peoples. Don't think the key is just to walk around and mimic. Exactly. Nah, it's, you know, it's just words. You're utilizing that language to talk with them. Then talk with them. Learn some Spanish. Learn some Arabic. Whatever it takes to get the message and information communicated effectively between us all so we can get this done. And we ain't building no Babel tower, no physical tower, but we're building this tower of the soul, the spirit, the heart, the true tower. And we work upon the true altar that ain't on the stone. It's on the heart, baby. One love. Do the work.